to help improve the life of people living with dementia and their care partners. It was time that, we had to take some step to ensure that we can provide culturally inclusive services for our seniors living with dementia. And then after that, we figured out, when we started this, we figured out that because they were coming with their caretakers too. So we figured out that support groups for care partners is also a very big challenge.
That was Samra Rashid, a licensed social worker at India Home, and this is Epicenter NYC. We connect our communities to news, information, and each other. I'm your host, Ambar Castillo. Imagine trying to navigate your later years in a place where the food, language, and traditions feel foreign. This is the reality for many aging South Asians in the U.S., and it's what led to the founding of India Home, an organization that provides senior centers, co-living spaces, and even dementia daycare, all tailored to the specific cultural needs of this community. As South Asian elders face the dual challenges of aging and cultural isolation, India Home offers them a place to belong, with programs that reflect their heritage, from regional foods to Bollywood trivia that keeps their minds active. Today, we'll dive into these stories and more as we talk about the incredible work being done to create spaces where seniors can truly feel at home. To guide us through this conversation, we're joined by Samra Rashid, a licensed social worker at India Home, who'll share her insights on the impacts of this work and how it's changing the lives of seniors and their family. Before we jump in, a quick message from our team.
Hi, I'm Mariana from the Epicenter NYC team. Did you know that anxiety, sleep problems, and muscle pain could be symptoms of long COVID? Take the steps needed to protect yourself, your family, and your plants. Get vaccinated against COVID-19. We can help you schedule your appointment and even arrange your ride there. Email us at hello@epicenter-nyc.com or call or text us at 917-818-2690.
Now back to the show. Here's my conversation with Samra.
Hi, I'm Kavita Shah, the Program and Budget Director at India Home, and she, her is what I like to be addressed.
Hi, my name is Samra Rashid, pronounced she, her, and I am the Social Work Director at India Home, a non-profit organization which serve with the geriatric population.
Could you speak about how India Home started and how you both started your roles in India Home?
Actually, our executive director, Dr. Vasundhara Kavasupudi, has this story of how she started back in 2007 India Home. It was a story of like three friends and how they were struggling when their parents came to visit here in the United States, and they couldn't find a place where they could go and mingle with other seniors who speak the same language and eat the same food. So they were kind of looking for some culturally competent places where they can go. And then ultimately they were diagnosed with dementia. So then that's where she decided that she needs to have a, senior center which serves curry food, so that's how it all started. We started on a very small scale. We collaborated with other organizations like SMAP and some temples. And eventually in Jamaica, there was a mosque called Jamaica Muslim Center. They had this senior center program, and the local council member reached out to them that they were looking for some nonprofit organization whom they can give the money to help run those programs, because they were looking for like a nonprofit organization to run the program, not a religious place. So, and I think somehow India Home got connected, and which is one of the largest center currently we have is the Desi Senior Center, which is located in Jamaica Estate, where we serve our Bangladeshi seniors 5 days a week. Eventually, it started for only with 3 days a week, but then we got a Department of Aging contract. We just got contracted 2 years ago, and now we run that program 5 days a week. So on a given day, when the seniors come to our programs, we do all sorts of activities. Always starts with a physical exercise. Then as we are Department of Aging contracted entity, our services are free for seniors. There is no insurance required. As far as they are 60 and above, they are welcome to come join our programs. This is all in a nutshell. There are stories and stories. Especially this is a very, very fulfilling work because we really come very close to our seniors. They really appreciate what we do for them, and this is the place for them where they come. They look forward to coming to us because they've made a lot of good friends. But this is just to give you in a nutshell all the things that we do with our seniors.
Yes, and I'd love to learn more about the center you guys have or your newest project.
Yes. So 5 days a week, we have different senior centers. This story, this a whole idea started with our CEO, Dr. K. We call her Dr. K. As you know, her name is very, very difficult to pronounce. So it all started with her father being diagnosed with dementia. So when it happened, so being a physician, she looked everywhere because it wasn't possible. That time she was newly graduated and she was working here. So it wasn't possible for her to leave here and go and take care of her father. And in South Asian cultures, elders are highly respected. And there is a strong sense of duty towards caring for elderly family members. So it's not just the feeling. It's these values are influenced by religious beliefs. In Hinduism, teaches the concept of there is a word which is called Pitru Rin. It's debt to ancestors. According to that, you have to give it back to your ancestors. And obviously, Islam, respecting and caring for parents and elderly relatives. And in Sikhism, Seva, it's called selfless service. That is also so. All these for elders and give back to the parents is something that is indebted in our seniors, our community. So there is no way that they can just let it go, that you leave your parents. So when she started looking here and there to bring her father here, so she get to know that wherever she calls in these senior centers or nursing homes or wherever she calls, they were like, we don't have the facility, a curry serving facility where you can bring your father. So she thought that if being a physician, I am facing these much difficulties. So imagine a layman who have language barrier. This discussion is very difficult for a simple family that you're sending your parents away to a nursing home, or because this is not the concept that we came from. So then she said that we have to do something. So that's when she came up with the idea of starting the senior centers. But then, we did the senior centers. As you hear from Kavita ji, she could go on and on and on all day long about that. And this is for the seniors who comes in there to the centers on their own, and they're healthy. And then last year, we started this dementia daycare, which we call 3D care. It's Desi Dementia Daycare. Because now we know, serving this community, we know that dementia poses unique challenges within South Asian communities due to cultural norms, due to language barriers and stigma. So recognizing symptoms and seeking diagnosis are major hurdles. But navigating the healthcare system is very daunting. So when they get the diagnosis, they're still lost. Where to go, who to go to, and what to do. So caring is one part, but they're changing requirements, they're changing behavior. If you don't have the basic knowledge of what this disease do to you, you're lost. You're basically lost and exhausted. So they have to have some place where they can take them, and the staff can tell them that, because you cannot always go to the doctor and doctor is going to tell you. And then again, language barrier is a biggest challenge here. So to help improve the life of people living with dementia and their care partners, it was time that, we had to take some step to ensure that we can provide culturally inclusive services for our seniors living with dementia. And then after that, we figured out when we started this, we figured out that because they were coming with their caretakers too. So we figured out that support groups for care partners is also a very big challenge. They don't have no support because they don't know where to go. They don't know how to navigate within the system to go and get help for their not just for the patient but for themselves too. So it was the biggest challenge. So we started this dementia daycare where, they come with the diagnosis, and then I do the assessment to see, and then care plan to see what their needs are.
And the dementia program, that's not being covered by these other funding sources from Department of Aging.
No, because it's a very new concept. Alzheimer's Association, apart from us, Alzheimer's Association is probably the only association that is actually providing that platform for dementia. You will see a lot of daycares. Lot of daycares, they are charging insurances to provide services to the elderly. Those are daycares. So apart from it doesn't matter to us that they have Medicaid or not. We take anybody and everybody. We don't say no. The motto here in India Home is we don't say no. We started this co-living concept too, my next project. So India Home just bought a house, a beautiful, beautiful, wonderful house where Femi and the whole team came in. So that beautiful, beautiful house where they have their separate private bedroom and with a private attached bath, and yet they share the rest of the house. The idea came from the joint family system that we grew up in. So they don't want to go to a place where they cannot relate to the culture or the smells or the food unfortunately there are no assisted living even which is culturally competent for them. So this is the future.
When did India Home buy the first home and the second, the Jamaica one?
Co-living we started this year. I think we started decorating, I guess, from December last year, but it took like a couple of months, 2-3 months for me to decorate it and all that because it's fully furnished. They just brought their clothes. It's fully furnished. Our beds, our sofa, our dining table, even utensils, like every single thing. Because we didn't want them to, go through, oh, this is mine, this is hers, this is his. So it's everything is there.
What is the future vision for this? Do you expect, I know you just started this year, but yeah, do you see that as expanding and do you see the need for more living space?
Yes, we see the need everywhere. We see the need everywhere because, as I said, not every senior needs the care or because they're healthy, they're functional. They don't need to go to the nursing home. They don't need to. I don't see them being cared for. They are functional and they need their own place. They need companionship. And no matter how much you love your parents, you cannot be their companion. You cannot be their friends. I can love my mother to death, no matter what, but I cannot have those discussions which she can have with a friend or a same age person. I cannot.
Yeah, that's such an important point as we're thinking more and more about mental health and isolation and the sense of belonging and how that plays into it. Like as you just pointed out, like even for folks who maybe are a bit more independent, like it's and more mobile, it's hard to find that community. So imagine if you're also because of age and other.
It's so lovely that now they're so happy. The people that are living here in our co-living, they're so happy that their grandkids can come and they can again call it their place where, going to grandma's. That gives such a feeling of being independent again that, okay, this is my place. Even though, as I said, it's not that their kids don't love them. They love them to that probably. I'm not judging anybody. But the thing is that the feeling of independence until you're dead, as a human being, you want to be independent unless it's absolutely necessary to be depending on somebody.
Is there anything else you wanted to say? I know you alluded to some of those, really heart warming moments. Was there anything else that you both wanted to share about what most gives you joy, what most motivates you?
One thing that we do, which is a big part of our programming too, is we provide, which differentiate us from everybody else here, is case management. So we provide case management too. And our case management is different. It's not a generic type of case management where you go and you have the certain criteria of you're going to say this, and that's it. These are the case management. Over here, everything, anything and everything, from citizenship to SNAP benefits to reading a simple letter. Everything. So they come to us and we do the assessment and we check that what is their eligibility, what can they get, what benefits they are eligible for. And so we provide all those things. If we cannot do something about it, then we collaborate. We have a collaboration with other organizations too. So we refer it to them, and with collaboration, we provide those resources we get those resources from other organizations. Like, for example, I'll give you an example for just one, that rental assistance. So if we don't have the means to do it, so what we do is we collaborate with St. George Society. They were helping out in, they have the program, beneficiary program, in which they were doing the assessments of whoever is short on rent. And after getting all the benefits, whoever is short of rent, the senior citizen, they were providing up to $685 in rent assistance, which straight goes to their landlord for life. So we had like around 8 cases approved through them.
What is the best way that people can learn more about you, both on social media, website, anything like that?
indiahome.org is our website. All the programmings that we offer is there. And you can follow us on Instagram too.
India Home USA.
Yes, it's India Home USA on Instagram.
Thank you both so much for taking the time, and have a great weekend.
Thank you too. Thank you.
Bye.
Before we wrap up, if Samda's work at India Home has resonated with you, there are a few ways you can get involved. You can spread the word about their culturally sensitive care programs, volunteer, or even make a donation. Visit them online at indiahome.org or reach out directly via email at info@indiahome.org. And if you're in the area, consider attending their upcoming gala on October 6th at Terrace on the Park in Queens. And if you know of a local business that you think Epicenter should feature, let us know. Drop us a note at hello@epicenter-nyc.com. That's all for today. Thanks for listening, and thanks for supporting us as we do our best to support our community. We couldn't do it without you. For more stories like this, make sure to subscribe to our newsletter at epicenter-nyc.com. Our intro music is All the Pretty Horses by Karavika. You can find more of their music on their website, linked to in our podcast description.